Hey, First United Methodist Church, it is Pastor Shannon here with our weekly update for February 10th. And today we are talking about all things Lent. Yes, believe it or not, Lent is right around the corner. It, of course, starts on Ash Wednesday, which is next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, or February 18th. And there's a lot of great things happening this Lent, so I'm going to tell you all about them. The first, of course, is our Ash Wednesday services. So this year we have two different options for Ash Wednesday services. The first option is at 4 p.m., and that will be at St. Luke's Episcopal Church, which is the beautiful old stone church that's down by the Elms. This will be more of a shorter service, probably about 30 minutes in length, and no music, but just kind of the traditional Ash Wednesday scriptures and liturgy. Both Father Jonathan and I will be there. And then later at 7 p.m. at our church, First United Methodist of Excelsior Springs, we will have another Ash Wednesday service option. And that one will have a little bit more going on. It will have some music, some songs, a brief message from myself. But again, Father Jonathan and I will both be at each service. So you are welcome to attend either one, depending on your schedule and what you have going on that evening. But I hope you try to make it to one of them for sure. And of course, at both services, we will do the imposition of ashes at the end. Well, as a church, we are going to be studying the Gospel of John this Lent. John is a beautiful gospel. It's very different than Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and we'll talk about why that is. But one thing that I'm challenging you to do is to read through the Gospel of John or the book of John during the season of Lent. So on the first Sunday of Lent, which is February 22nd, at church, you will have a John reading guide. And so there's a very helpful checklist for you to read a passage each day and then mark it off. And that way we will be done with the book of John by the time we get down to Easter. So we're going to be exploring some of the themes in John and again, what makes this gospel so special. But additionally, there are going to be a couple other learning opportunities for you. And once again, this is a partnership between our church and St. Luke's Episcopal Church. We're calling them kind of like Lenten lunch and discussions. So there's two that we are doing, one on March 8th and one on March 15th. The first one, March 8th, they will both be at our church in our fellowship hall. In the first one, I'm going to lead a little bit of a kind of a mini lecture and then discussion on religious deconstruction. Deconstruction is a term you may have heard before. You may have wondered about it yourself. So we're going to talk about what that is and why it's not necessarily a bad thing and can actually be a pretty good thing to go through a period of deconstruction in your life. And then the following week, March 15th, Father Jonathan will be leading, again, a kind of a mini lecture and then some table discussion on what do we do when people we love have chosen a different spiritual path than ourselves. You know, maybe you have kids or grandkids that grew up in the church but don't have anything to do with the church anymore. And how do we wrestle with that? So these are both really important topics on faith and life and maybe hitting close to home for your family members. So please sign up to participate in those, and please also bring a light snack or something to share with the group. These aren't going to be like huge potluck fellowship lunches, but we're maybe thinking sandwiches and soup, just something light that we can share together. And again, those are March 8th and March 15th. They'll be about 12:15, so pretty soon after service ends. We'll give enough chance for the St. Luke's folks to come over and join us. Well, I am looking forward to the season of Lent. It is always one of my favorite times in the year. In case you aren't familiar with Lent, it is just this beautiful season where we intentionally focus on becoming more like Christ through perhaps sacrificing something, so a lot of people give up something for Lent, but also taking on additional spiritual practices like reading through the Gospel of John in our case. So I'm looking forward to all of this. This upcoming Sunday is February 15th, and we are excited to host the Central Methodist University Praise Band. They will be leading us in worship. We will also conclude our big question series and enjoy a fellowship lunch after service. So I hope to see you on Sunday.